everything is changing so fast. Soon we'll have content created by AI, performed by AI, and consumed by AI. No humans required. So much of this engagement was completely fake. Honestly, very dystopian. Your authentic voice matters more now than ever. The future belongs to creators who... So every few decades, something happens that transforms society. You might not see it at first, but usually when you zoom out, it becomes undeniable. So the Industrial Revolution moved us from hand tools to machines and put millions of people out of farm jobs. The printing press gave knowledge to the masses and ended centuries of gatekeeping. And the internet collapsed distance and made everyone a publisher. And then in 2020, we lived through a modern transformation of our own. We stopped commuting. We moved online. We realized how much could be built from our bedrooms. COVID really accelerated the rise of the creator economy. And now AI brings a bigger shift. It's one with more power and more risk than anything that has come before. But you know what's odd is that AI isn't exactly new. We've been hearing about it a lot over the last 7 or more years. But we've been consistently overpromised, and we overestimated what was possible with AI. I think you've all seen it. So many companies who wrote AI into their pitch decks get funding, or the headlines of every company started talking about AI, and it just felt like everyone was doing this, but it wasn't actually that useful. There was hallucinations in the data, photos of hands with 7 fingers, and then there were whole companies that said they were AI-powered, and they actually weren't. Does anyone know these Amazon Go stores? So it's a pretty cool premise. You walk in, and you grab the things that you want, put it in your basket, and you walk out. And you don't have to talk to anyone, which that's why I love self-checkout, honestly. But it just automatically figures out what you put in your cart, and it just charges it to your account, and it's all magic, and it's using AI. But the story came out a couple years ago. Amazon's walkout technology relies on hundreds of workers in India watching you shop. So it's actually a big team watching the cameras, and we're like, okay, there's Tim. Okay, that's what he's put in. Okay, perfect. And they're like, all right, charge that to him. Okay, perfect. Oh no, he put it back, and it's just a person. And so we're like, artificial intelligence, that's more just like good old-fashioned intelligence. But now something is different. After years of AI being way overhyped, it's actually here now, and the results it's delivering are fantastic. And so now we're in this weird place where AI is actually significantly more powerful and more capable than what we imagine or what we even think. I believe that AI is actually significantly underhyped right now. And really everything is changing so fast, and these new technologies are compounding faster than we can imagine. So it makes me think a lot about the future, particularly all the technologies that are colliding right now in a pretty ridiculous way. So let's think about it. Over the next couple of years, we've got AI becoming very practical and very valuable. We've got self-driving cars. Has anyone ridden in a self-driving car where there's a Waymo or something like that? Yeah, Tesla's rolling out their test in Austin really soon. We've got humanoid robots. What's happening in medicine with peptides for weight loss and recovery and energy and so much more is wild. And then you've got multiple companies doing brain-to-computer interfaces where people are controlling prosthetic limbs with their brain. Like, it's wild. And this is all coming together at once. And so I think we are really, really underestimating how much the world is going to change in the next 2 to 3 years. I had a moment thinking about this watching my kids. I've got 3 boys. Oliver, my oldest, is 13. And a few months ago, I showed him Cursor, the coding tool. And I said, here's what you can do with it. I showed him the basics, how to prompt. When you get stuck, just ask a question. Don't ask me, ask the AI, it knows more. And I came back an hour later, and he's got a game that he's playing where he can go around and mine resources and level up, all of these things, build buildings, and it's something that he prompted his way all the way through to with code. And that's pretty wild that he can do that, and AI is his tutor for it. But think about that. In 5 years, he's going to turn 18. What career advice would you give him? The world is going to change so much between now and when he goes to college. Should he go? I don't even know if he should go to college, right? There's so many of these things. A few years ago, I know what career advice I would give him. I felt like I was pretty good at that. Like, I'd tell him about the creator economy and all this stuff. Now, I'm not sure exactly what to say because I don't know what the world is going to look like then. But let's go and look at the world for us as creators. Let's look at the future of the creator economy. Let's make a prediction. Starting with something that is familiar to all of us, like a podcast. Soon, AI can write the script for the podcast. Of course, it'll be optimized to hook that attention and hold it all the way through, perfectly timed punchlines and everything else. I could read that, but actually, we could just have AI voices narrate it. And then actually we can have AI avatars perform it. And you know what? We want to get the most views and attention. So why don't we A/B test, what type of person resonates best with our audience? Is it the 25-year-old woman, the 50-year-old man? Or have any of you seen the podcasting baby clips? Like, those are pretty funny, right? Maybe that will perform best for our clip. AI can produce that whole podcast, make the clips of it, share it, write the titles, push it out to every platform, and then AI bots can consume that content, share it, and comment on it. And soon we'll have content created by AI, performed by AI, and consumed by AI. No humans required. It sounds pretty great, right? And I didn't think so either. So where does that leave us? I met a creator recently who had fantastic engagement. Her reels popped off, dozens of comments, and it's just a really lively, engaged community. But something felt just a little bit off. The comments came in faster, kind of all at once. Something was wrong. So I clicked in to the commenter. Here we have Gloria from Europe. Seemed completely normal at first. She had the correct number of fingers. But after glancing for a moment, I realized she was fake. The images weren't real. The bio link wasn't real. The saved stories, those weren't real at all. And I thought maybe that's just one example. So I went back and I clicked into another reel and found more comments. I kept digging. They were all fake. As we went through, all of these accounts followed the exact same pattern. We've got a follower count between 1,500 and 2,000 followers, 50 to 100 posts. All their usernames were something creativity or travel or style or fashion related. The photos were fake. We had everything in the same way. So much of this engagement was completely fake. It was all fake and honestly very dystopian. I get why this creator was doing it. Those fake interactions led to the algorithm pushing it, and then there was engagement from real humans as well. But it was weird. Buckminster Fuller said years ago, the race between dystopia and utopia will be neck and neck until the very end. The very end. I'm like, ooh, he doesn't say how it ends. The truth is, I've bet my entire career on the future of the creator economy. And despite all of this, I still believe in it now more than ever. Why? And that's because people don't connect with pixels. They connect with people. And in the world that we're walking into, one full of noise, bots, and infinite content, I think that what's real is going to matter more now than ever. I deeply believe that the future of the creator economy is human. And so at Kit, we're building for that world, not to replace creators with machines, but to give creators superpowers. Because while AI might be able to generate, only you can build trust. Only you can have an experience that's worth sharing. And only you can create a connection that actually means something. I live and breathe the creator world, and I do it from 3 different perspectives. First, I do it as a creator myself, with my podcast and the content, everything that I'm writing and producing and all of that. Second, I do it as a coach. I get to spend a lot of time diving into my favorite creator businesses and helping these creators scale to the next level and achieve their dreams. And then last, I get to do it as the CEO of Kit, and serving over 500,000 creators who use our platform. So with all of that context and those 3 different roles, let's make a few predictions. Now, futurists always say everything will change, but they usually don't actually say what's going to change. And I went to a keynote recently who had all of this of how everything was going to change, but they never made a single prediction, I think for fear of being wrong. So at the risk of being completely wrong about all of this, Let me put down 3 concrete predictions about how I think the future of the creator economy will change. And the first one is I believe that AI will give creators superpowers and not replace them. Because ultimately that connection is what matters most. And I think that so much work of what we do as a creator is actually busy work. And at every step along the way, we've embraced technology to make that faster. Faster editing, easier recording, better collaboration, and so much more. And so now with AI, we're seeing even more progress there. And it's already starting to show up in so many little things, like how easy it is to take one piece of original content and spread it into other mediums. So it used to be that if you had recorded a podcast and you want to turn it into written content, that was a very manual process. You'd have to re-listen to the episode, pull out the key themes, and write everything from scratch. It's time-consuming and probably inconsistent. Now, AI is quite good at it. You can feed the transcript in, you've got exactly what you said, you have the best moments, the topics to build on, all the takeaways, all of that. And then you can go from there and turn it into another format, like a newsletter, right? You can ask AI to generate the outline, the title, or even, if you wanted to, a full draft. And all of that is rooted in your original voice and ideas. This gives a creator the ability to move much faster and do more with less. You're not replacing your creativity, you're amplifying it. My second prediction is that email will change substantially, but not be replaced. To make that specific, let's break down email into 3 parts: creation, delivery, and consumption. So let's start with creation first. I think that logging in to Kit and writing an email, hand typing your newsletter and sending it out is probably not going to happen in the same way a few years from now. I already find myself replacing half of what I typed before with voice transcription now that tools like Super Whisper are really, really good. The next one is delivery. So this is the actual pipes that bring the content that you wrote to the inbox of the person who should read it. Now, we use email for this, right? And email's lasted for more than 30 years, and nothing has been able to kill it. But AI is going to kill a lot of things that have been unable to be killed up until this point. So if anything is going to kill email, if you told me it was AI, you came back from the future and said, oh yeah, that was what killed it, I'd be like, okay, maybe that makes sense. But what I'm wondering is, we still need a way to bring messages to and from each other. So whether it's email, it has to be something else. So I'm looking at, okay, what is AI going to be replaced by? And I'm thinking about the different options. And the candidates for replacing it might be tools like WhatsApp, Instagram Messenger, Telegram, or any of these other communication protocols. But all of these are owned by a platform or a company. And I think right now, one of the hardest problems in AI is that it's hard to connect disparate systems, to move content together. We're doing a lot of copying and pasting between tools for moving data and sharing data and all of that. And so I think what AI wants is open protocols to communicate, right? Something that's standardized that everyone can build on top of. And as you have all these different companies building, AI models and everything else, I don't think that OpenAI and Anthropic are going to say, you know what, Mark Zuckerberg, we've decided that we're going to send all of our communication through your platform so that you can train on all of our data and communicate. Like, that is not going to happen. They're all having this war as they're trying to see who can build the best models and serve their customers the best. And they know that the data and the communication is most important. And they're not going to make big bets on someone else's system. And so email, I think, is going to remain that open system that everyone communicates on. And the last one, I think that consumption is going to dramatically change. So what if instead of reading each newsletter in your inbox, there's a podcast episode that's generated from your subscriptions that came into your inbox, and it's made just for you. Maybe you have the full version of your favorite newsletters and then just the quick summary of ones that you want to stay in touch with. And it could be recorded just, or generated just for you to listen to on your commute. It's just your favorite things, and it's there waiting for you every single morning. And you can say, hey, make me one that's exactly 22 minutes long because that's how long it takes me to get to work. Totally bespoke, created for you. That doesn't exist today, but I wouldn't be surprised if it exists very, very soon. And so what we need to do as creators is we need to be very ready for content creation to change and how email consumption changes. But I don't think that email as a whole is going to be replaced, even despite all these changes. So be ready to think about how to create content in new ways and how to adapt to what changes are coming. But expect that the underlying pipes will still stay the same. My third prediction is that every business will become a creator business. You're already seeing it with local businesses. When I go on Instagram, I see ads for local businesses like painters, landscapers, all of that, and they're using creator-style marketing. And the reason is because creator marketing is the best way to capture and hold attention. It's direct, it's sincere, it builds trust, and it makes you want to work with this brand. And so you're seeing that all across the board. And what that means is that creator marketing just becomes marketing, right? The way that we do things is the way that everyone is doing it. You're actually seeing this with celebrities as well. So just in the last 6 months, we've launched Kit newsletters for Tom Brady, Hassan Minhaj, Dua Lipa, Ellen, Lil Jon, Morgan Freeman, Matthew McConaughey, and a bunch more. It's pretty awesome. We had a lot of fun. Matthew McConaughey is just the way you'd expect on a Zoom call, in case you were wondering. But through this, as we put this out, we've heard a few people say, oh, I guess Kit's for celebrities now, not for creators like me. A few people have said that, and it's just not true at all. Because Kit is not pivoting to serve celebrities. What's crazy is the celebrities are pivoting to become like you. They want the creative control. They want the direct connection to their fans. They've always been creators with their art. You just showed them a better way to package it, to distribute it, and to connect. And so everyone is converging on creator marketing, and every business is becoming a creator business. So I think that's the future that we're walking into, one where AI amplifies creators instead of replacing them, where email evolves but endures, and where every business becomes a creator business. So the question is, how do we build for that world? And so at Kit, we believe two fundamental things: connecting people and connecting technology. In a world full of AI-generated noise, I think that authentic human connection will be your competitive advantage. And in a landscape where the tools are constantly evolving, you need technology that adapts with you and not against you. And so that's what we've been building. And normally this is where I'd transition and I'd be talking about what Kit is building, but for the first time, I don't have to do that part. So I want to introduce you to Katie, our VP of Product. The way that you succeed in business is to hire people who are better than you are, and that's Katie. So for the last year, we've had so much fun building the future of Kit. And Katie has actually spent her whole career helping creators and small businesses earn a living online and own their audience at companies like Weebly and Square. And now she's doing that for every creator on Kit. So please give a warm welcome to Katie Sweat-Miller.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? We now know that AI isn't going to ruin the world yet, hopefully, maybe, with Nathan. Thank you all for having me so much. My name's Katie, as Nathan said. This is my first Craft and Commerce, and I'm honestly blown away by all of you. I talk about product all day, every day, and the idea of getting to talk about our product with the people we're building product for on this stage is truly a dream. So thanks for having me. I was thinking about specifically today sharing how I build product and telling you all a little bit about how I approach building products, especially ones that last and ones that scale. And I'm going to take you on a tangent really quick. I promise it'll be relevant. Quick backstory. I swam in college, and competitively from the time I was young all the way through college, I spent a lot of time in a pool. And my success came very little from my actual skill. I wasn't that good. Some people are tall, they have really big wingspans, really big feet. I didn't have any of that. I attribute most of my success to my ability to sustain extremely boring habits for a very long period of time. So most of my days were spent staring at the bottom of the pool, looking at a line just like this, focusing on the tiniest habits, like the angle of my hand, my breathing, the finish, the little things. And what I realized was that building software and being a creator are actually eerily similar to my swimming journey. Just this consistent, relentless focus on the small things that compound over time to become something really meaningful. And this relentless focus is not only what helped me get to nationals, despite my skills naturally. But also what helped me build a product for you all that is worthy of your creator business and that is going to be here to scale with you through all the change that's to come. So let's dive in. Leaving off where Nathan kind of left us here, let's start with connecting, the power of connecting people together. I really quickly learned when I joined Kit the importance and the power of connecting creators together to grow. It was reinforced in every conversation I had, from customer interviews that I had, from sales calls. It was just came back to one truth. Creators grow faster together. And it's likely why you're all sitting here in this room, right? You recognize the power of that. And as a product leader, I hunt for patterns that we can make repeatable. And one of the clearest patterns that I saw when I joined Kit was our recommendations flywheel. And so this is our recommendations product. And over the past few months, we've focused really hard on helping you grow your email list with high-quality subscribers so that you can just focus on making really great content. And we've talked about AI as leverage, and recommendation is one of the first places that we want to aim that leverage to help you grow your list and have it be with the quality of subscribers that you actually deserve. So some quick stats that are kind of fun. The average creator using recommendations is seeing 30% more list growth. That's awesome. Creators who are recommending each other back are growing 2 times faster. And in total, we've added 12 million subscribers so far. And these numbers are great, but they only matter if we are connecting you to creators who are the right creators for you. So we focused our attention on discovery and how you discover creators in our product in the first place. Most platforms are looking at recommendations as a growth hack and kind of a quick checkbox. But we know from experience that the right creators and the right connections actually really do drive more growth for you. So if you've jumped into our product recently, you've likely seen some fun updates, like featured creator spotlights. We've got some of you here. Recommended creators. This is our Netflix-style experience where you can be matched with creators based on different criteria. So people you subscribe to, people with similar content, people who subscribe to you, and so much more. So when you go in here, it's actually really fun because it kind of feels relevant immediately. We've launched richer profiles so that you actually can see the social profiles and a quick bio to know, is this the right person for me to match with? And activity status indicators, which are showing you the creator's send cadence and growth trend. So you can spend time partnering with people who are as invested in this as you are. And so while we know that the quality of connections matters more than the quantity, we also know that great matches are only half of the story. So just like in real life, the best relationships are those that go 2 ways. Our data shows that when 2 creators recommend each other, both lists grow about twice as fast compared to one-way recommendations. And it makes sense once you think about it, right? But we started tracking this reciprocal metric in January and made it a weekly focus for our team. And by the end of the first quarter, the number of creators that had pairs where they were matching both ways had actually doubled. So if in our product you notice something that says recommend back in the UI, it's not just a polite gesture for you to be nice and recommend someone back. There's a lot of analysis that has gone into this, and we want to make sure that those types of clicks are actually driving the right subscribers to your list and that they're staying engaged and you're growing faster. Okay, so while we were preparing for this keynote, a lot of people asked a common question: who else is going to Craft and Commerce, and how can I meet them? And what we realized was that we actually have almost all of you inside of our creator network. So we decided to build a little something just for this event that we wanted to share with you so that you had access to each other. Okay, so we have a fun QR code. Scan this QR code. It's going to take you to our Discover tab. And what you're going to see is creators like you right now that are here. And so what we want to do is have a place where you can see all the people inside Kit, all the creators you're meeting here today and for the rest of this week, and be able to connect with them so that when you leave here, you actually have those recommendations or know those Instagram profiles really quickly. And so while this is really exciting, we want to pull this thread even a little bit further. And this is a tease, but teases are kind of fun, right? That's what I've heard. People want to hear what's coming. So imagine you're given personalized connections based on location. You're a food blogger in Austin, and you want to find other food bloggers that are near you. You're a creator in San Diego, you want to find other creators near you. There are likely many. You're traveling to New York, and maybe you want us to tell you, who should you meet up with? Quick show of hands, how many of you are looking to meet more creators in your day-to-day life? Okay, great. How many of you are looking to meet more creators when you're traveling? Yeah? Okay. Well, we're really excited to roll this out over the next few months, but wanted to give you a preview of where we think this network can go. So we've got recommendations, but we also just have this pool of really engaged creators. And we actually think that at this point, we might be the largest network of creators that we're trying to find meaningful connection online. So we're excited for you to engage here. Please jump in and take a look. And while I can't yet measure the correlation between how many coffees you all get together and your list growth, I'm going to work on it. Okay, so recommendations are amazing for list growth, but they have one tiny problem, and that's that subscribers are joining your list without fully knowing who you are. And so we've heard this a lot. Thankfully, we think this can be solved a decent amount with personalization, making every subscriber feel like the content was written just for them. So we've made it easy so that you can now personalize the emails that come from recommendations. It's easy to do, and it auto-populates. So whoever's recommending each subscriber. So when Stephen Bartlett, for example, recommends Mark Manson, Mark's new subscribers get a reminder of how they found him. So it doesn't seem so random and cold. Or you could take it one step further and do the advanced route, which you can kind of see here, which is really cool, and introduce them like you'd naturally talk in real life. So in this example, James Clear is letting you know that you are subscribed from Tim Ferriss and as a referral, and they even have this video that's showing like, this isn't just a random referral, we actually have done a podcast together, and you can kind of see how genuine this referral is. And so we'd love to see how personalization can make this product that may seem kind of mass produced and you're subscribing really personal and make your subscribers feel like from the first day they know why they're joining this list. Okay, moving along. So we know you all can never truly predict what your subscribers want to hear from you, right? We've recently expanded A/B testing so you can have more subject lines, but you all have been wanting like a little bit more. You've been asking for a while, how can I understand which images prompt the most clicks? Or does this storytelling format work, or is this quick bullet format better? So we're excited to roll out today A/B testing for content for you all. So you can now, we're really excited about this one. You can now draft 2 completely different versions of your email at the exact same time. You can change anything. You can adjust the layout, you can adjust the pictures, you can adjust the call to action. And you might be asking, or you're probably not, but you might be asking, why does this matter? Just as everyone's tastes change, it's really important to make sure you know that your content is resonating. And you kind of don't know what you're missing out on if you're sending the exact same thing to your subscribers all the time. So we want to help you future-proof your design, your messaging, your format. And as Nathan said, creation might change. What works in email in the future might be different. And we want to give you the tools to navigate and quantify the same way I would want to quantify in our product if something works, that you can quantify with your own subscribers what's resonating the most. So really excited about this one. The truth is that none of us can really predict what is going to happen. We don't know what tools are going to win in the next year, let alone the next month. And our job at Kit, and what I think about for my job specifically, is making it so that we make a product that can navigate that with you, so that you're not stuck with this one-size-fits-all tool that if one thing changes, everything breaks. So rather than locking you into this tool, what we want to do is expand the way that we're allowing you to connect to that technology. And so technology is keeping you all relevant, but only if it adapts to the way that you work. So last year, we launched the Kit App Store. We started with 4 apps, and we've turned this amazing app store, which takes a while as a product person to build, like the platform to be able to have an app store, into something that we're really, really excited about. We have a robust ecosystem of more than 31 apps live today, from commerce, from commerce to courses and everything in between. And while we couldn't be proud of the foundation that we've built and all of the amazing work that developers have built on top of it, what we want to talk to you about is what it actually enables for you. Because what you're probably seeing is an app here, an app there. So this is Kit, right? We're great at email. We take it very seriously. But we want to make sure that we can extend Kit to meet your needs. So this is where our developer ecosystem comes in. We started with launching V4 of our APIs and our email editor plugin last year, and it's enabled so much change. I'll walk you through it. I know that sounds super nerdy. Bear with me. Let's take a look at the media gallery first. So plugins for the media gallery are now live, and this is where any third-party media app can now connect straight into the Kit media gallery. We asked you all what were your top requests for media apps, and we took your top 2, and we've got them live. So we want to introduce Canva and Giphy, the top 2 media app requests from you all. It's been really fun to see all the usage and the excitement on this one. Okay, let's take a look at the email editor. So by just quickly, if you go in our email editor, some people don't know this, by just quickly typing / and then an app name, you can add apps directly into your broadcast. This way, the content is truly adapting to you. You don't have to copy and paste anything. We're going to run through a few apps really quick that I think are really cool to show you the breadth of what we're building here. So first, we've got Zine. And Zine is a shoppable collage app. It lets you transform product recommendations into revenue directly in your email with these really beautiful, visually engaging collages. It automatically populates links from affiliate links so that the products that you're recommending can immediately be monetized. Next, we've got Transistor podcasts, which you can drag with one click into the broadcast, and it gives you this dynamic email content that boosts click-throughs and listens. And then we've got DevScribe. For those of you with developer backgrounds, or if you want to show code snippets in your email and your newsletter, this app automatically converts your HTML into these beautiful snippets for your email so that you can send these out. 3 completely different apps, 0 context switching while you're building inside of our editor. Okay. These apps save you time, and they might make your life a little bit easier, but Kit is way more than helping you build and send your emails. We're here to help you scale your business and have meaningful impact and increase engagement, sales, and retention. So what if the apps didn't just connect to what you sent your subscribers, but what if they actually connected to how you engage with them? Do you guys like automations? Yeah? We believe automations are the engine that scale creator businesses. By opening up our automations, we are to our partners so that they can layer power on top, we're giving you, the creators, the ability to scale with the tools that you love the most. So today, we are opening up our automations plugin framework, starting with entry nodes and event nodes, which is going to turn automations into a playground for all of us. Any tool, commerce, courses, communities, AI, can drop directly into your flow. I'm going to walk you through an example so it doesn't seem so high level. Don't worry. So this lets you have apps that can plug into different parts of your kit. Let's look at an example that combines these elements. So Shopify is an app that many of you use. It's already been an integration at Kit for a really long time. Today, it graduates into a real app. With that, you can now do a couple things. So first, you can now add products and collections directly into your emails, preloaded with your Shopify image, your links, formatted for conversion on mobile, and optimized for you. But it gets better. You can also access apps as an event node and an entry node. So in visual automations. So you can add Shopify products, purchase, as a way for someone to enter the automation, automatically tag them, and then send them an email. The best part of this is that it's just the beginning. We're really excited to see what you all do with this, but the power of this is what else it can do. So coming in the next few weeks with the Shopify app specifically, you're not only going to be able to target subscribers that have already purchased, you're also going to be able to go one step further and convert potential buyers into purchasers with our hotly requested abandoned cart event node. And following that, we'll have a series of really exciting e-commerce improvements that we're rolling out, like products coming back in stock, order fulfillment, and they can help you drive even more sales. Okay, so let's talk about the future of automations. So as you can imagine, this far extends past Shopify. We're super excited about Shopify because you're going to have these product blocks in your email and you're going to be able to have automations. But like, let's think a little bit outside of Shopify. As you can imagine, this can do a lot. And the power is probably too much to explain in this one keynote. But we're going to be adding actions and conditions. And this will let other platforms plug into our automations framework. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So based on the other tools that you use for content distribution and revenue generation, they'll all be able to work together. So let's take an example. Picture this. You're a course taker, and you're inactive, and you get a re-engagement sequence based on course progression and logged in data. That could be an automation. Or you have a newly released podcast episode that auto-generates a GPT summary and it fires it to your list. That could be an automation. Or when someone abandons their shopping cart, a personalized text message is automatically sent as a follow-up. This is the future we're trying to build. The combinations and permutations are really, really exciting. And there's so much more that we can do to help you run your business. We have also exposed some data in our subscriber data. You can plug in and you can use that. So now you have access to attribution insights, broadcast stats, and soon much more individualized subscriber data. And with this, Kit is the operating system for your creator business. Our vision is that we integrate deeply with every tool in your tech stack. And to do that, let me share some of our latest apps. Coming soon, you'll have, if you're a Linktree user, we've got you. You can sync new leads from Linktree directly to Kit and back. If you're a Circle user building your community on Circle, you can now embed your events, posts, sync your subscribers with your members. Or if you're selling courses on Thinkific, as of this week, we have a brand new Thinkific app that we're really excited about that helps you turn customers into highly engaged students. And we've got Senja, which lets you send collect testimonials, design them with ease, and immediately embed them into your email. And Thermostat, so you can get an NPS score or a Net Promoter Score to know how your newsletter subscribers really feel about your product or your newsletter. And the combination of these apps is where the real magic happens, and they get richer by the day. We have a kit for your niche. If you're a coach, we've got apps for that. If you're an author, we've got apps for you. If you're a course creator, we've got apps for you. With Kit, you can customize your collection of apps that you can use together to power your creator business. I'm going to get a little bit nerdier for 1 second, and I promise Nathan's going to come out and he's going to give you a really great speech to end this off. In order for me to keep the quality and innovation really high so that we have the technology that you need to run your creator business, we want to make it as easy as possible for developers to build on top of Kit. So we've launched brand new developer docs, which I didn't know I could be so excited about. But if you are curious what do great developer docs look like, you should definitely check this out. And also MCP support. So for those of you who don't know, this will let you interact not only with our APIs and the Kit App Store and your own Kit account directly in the LLM of your choice. So think Claude. And I think this is really cool, so just bear with me for 1 second. All you'll need to do is authenticate with your Kit account. This is coming very soon. But you'll have access directly in your LLM of your choice to your Kit data. So this example is asking, who are the last 5 subscribers I gained on Kit directly in Claude? And it's bringing you those results right here. Pretty cool, right? We have everything you need to have you build your own apps with AI. So through our partnership with Replit, we've seen creators and agencies build their apps to the public, adding features that they've wanted to see that I haven't had a chance to get to, and I'm so sorry. To make this real, we wanted to bring out our newest engineering intern just really quickly to show you what he's built with AI. So please welcome to the stage our newest engineering intern.
All right. So I wanted to see if I could use AI to build an app with all of these fancy new endpoints and just see what features I could build into Kit as a creator. And so I went to Replit and I said, all right, what do I want in Kit? I would like to be able to render custom fonts from a Google font as an image so I could generate headlines or signatures or whatever else and have that work across every email client. So can I build that? So I went to Replit, I wrote a prompt, I clicked the fancy button to make my prompt better, and then I dove in. And an hour later, I had a working app where I could enter any text and select the font that I wanted, have it render, work across the email client, and all of that. Honestly, it felt like AI gave me superpowers. It took a few more hours to add the level of polish and other features to submit it to the Kit App Store. And then it was live. And now everyone can use it, which is pretty crazy. And the crazy thing is that I, as a creator, built that new feature into Kit. And I made it available to everybody. And that's something that any Kit creator could do. And so we have made a few more Kit apps with AI. We've been playing with this a lot, and it's really, really powerful. And we've documented the whole process. So if you go to kit.university, you can see tutorials that we made. Actually, Shiv and I made a whole bunch of tutorials together, walking you through the whole process. And it's just wild to see how all these technologies are coming together and the power of AI that you can use to extend the platform in any way you want. If I can do it as a developer intern, imagine what our talented creator community could do. I could talk about product all day, but the most transformative moments in my career, those all came when I was connecting with people, when I was sitting across from another creator, sharing ideas, encouraging each other, and solving problems together. And so that's what we're building. Everything we talked about is what we're building to connect people and to connect technology. And I think the thing that's uniquely Kit is that we're a lot more than software. The magic lives outside of the computer. And so we're going to spend a lot of time and effort continuing to prioritize connecting creators in physical spaces. Last year, we launched Boise as our first Kit Studio location. It's been a lot of fun to see so many of you recording there this week. I've been seeing the posts come up on Instagram and X, and that's fantastic. And the excitement never gets old. A couple months ago in April, we launched Kit Studios Chicago. There's definitely a crew that came out for that launch, which was a lot of fun. And I just want to show you some of the reactions that we captured from creators who recorded there on opening day.
If you're not using Kit Studios in Chicago, you're missing out. This studio is top tier if you want the vibes for your podcast. I mean, look at me. Don't I look beautiful?
The first impression walking through the door up here was astonished. I did not expect this to look like something in the building. It was amazing. It's so fancy. It looks like it would be so incredibly easy to figure it out.
It actually makes it feel like it's doable.
It's super easy. You walk in, you press a button, and you're done.
I'm excited to have a calm space, quiet, out of my house, no dog barking in the background.
I'm just amazed that something like this exists now for Kit subscribers.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you check out Kit and the new Kit Studios in Chicago if you have a podcast.
It's pretty great, right? One of my favorite things is just watching people's faces light up, realize that they get access to all of this totally for free because they're a member of the Kit community. And now I'm excited to announce that we're building Kit Studios New York. So that's coming this fall. We're diving into all the planning and construction and all of that. And it's just going to be fun to have another location for all of you to connect and create amazing content together with each other. So with these 3 locations, once they're live, more than 80% of the population of the United States lives within a 3-hour direct flight of a Kit Studios location. And that's really important to us because AI might generate infinite content. It can't generate the energy that you feel when you're in the room with other creators. All right, let me wrap up with the most important thoughts from the day. We think that AI is going to give creators superpowers and not replace them. And in a world full of noise, your authentic voice matters more now than ever. Second, email is going to evolve, but it won't be replaced. Those pipes that connect you to your audience are going to continue to increase in value. And then finally, every business is becoming a creator business. The methods that you've mastered, storytelling, community building, authentic connection, that's all just marketing now. And that's going to continue to be more and more important. And at Kit, we're building for that future by continually looking at how can we connect people and connect technology. So tools that you can build, tools that you can use that will grow with you, communities to support you, and the spaces where you can create something real. I want to go back to career advice. Thinking back to my 13-year-old son and the advice that I'd give him for the world that he's going to be navigating. I said I didn't know what I would offer, but I spent a lot of time thinking about this problem. There's so much change that what is the advice I can give him that transcends all of this change? And I think it's actually pretty simple. Be curious. Connect with people. And never stop creating. And that same advice applies to all of us as well. The future belongs to creators who stay human in an increasingly artificial world, and we're here to help you build it. Thank you so much.